Hi, and welcome to Until 9 Million. This is episode 16, and we are 512 weeks until 9 million. Hi, and welcome back to Until 9 Million. This episode, I'd like to talk about one of the biggest questions that we have about money. And it's a simple one. Does money make you happy? It's a question that I've been asking myself already when I was a teen. We've discussed it with friends. I'm sure that most people have asked that question already to themselves or have discussed it with other people. And to be honest, because there's a lot of discussion about it, it doesn't have an easy answer. It is not yes, money makes you happy, or no, not having money makes you unhappy. It's not that simple. And it basically depends all on circumstances. And let me give you some examples. Let's start with not having a lot of money makes you unhappy. Not particularly. You could be very happy with having little money as long as you live in an area that is not very expensive and you have all the basic needs, then you're probably fine. And there's many people that live in such circumstances and they're perfectly happy. But there's, if you look at the other side of the spectrum, you can have lots of money, but, be very unhappy because maybe the people around you are not very nice, or the job you do is not very pleasant job and you maybe want to change, but you don't really have the possibilities to change. Or maybe some other reasons that influence your life. So maybe we shouldn't be asking the question, does money make you happy? Maybe we should be asking, does money make you happier? And on that question, I think we can answer it with a big yes. And, in life, you have several stages where you have needs. And once those needs are filled in, you go at the next stage and you probably become slightly happier. For example, you're a homeless person. Let's really start at the bottom. People who don't have money at all, who really live day by day. Their first need is food and shelter. They're probably going to be unhappy. So they have this need that they have to fill in every day and have to think about it every single day. They have to find food and they have to find a shelter. They don't have a lot of money, so they have to be really, really wise with a little bit of money that they got. And it's a worry. And as long as you have this worry, you're probably not going to be happy. So a homeless person has every right not to be happy about the situation. And money is a factor in that. Now, if you go a bit further up and you're a single mom and you have 2 kids and you have to work really hard just to get by, you can just afford the rent or, a mortgage, and you just can give your kids enough food and you can send them to school, then you're in this situation where you can be very happy because everything is payable. But, it's always a struggle. You're probably not going to be very happy as well. Now, who should be most unhappy? The homeless person or, the single mom with the 2 kids? And that's a really difficult question. And does it really depend on money? So that is very, very interesting. Maybe you should say, the homeless person should be unhappier because he doesn't have anything at all. And, they have the right to be unhappy because they don't have anything. But, the single mom can struggle every day and, be in a lot of stress and be really tired every night because she worked hard, and then the kids. And she could be in that situation not of fault of her own. So she could feel really unhappy and not, have a heavy burden on her life by being in that situation, while a homeless person doesn't have any responsibilities towards others, and they can be unhappy, but maybe it's a different unhappiness. I would say that the single mom would have a stressy unhappiness. Now, if we go further up the chain, let's say you're middle class, you have enough money to cover your basic needs, and you also have enough money to have a roof above your head, and you can send your kids to school and everything is okay. then maybe the difficulty that you have is that your neighbor has this really expensive car and you don't. Does that make you unhappy? Maybe it does. Is it really a reason to be unhappy? I think most people would agree that it isn't. But it could make you unhappy. So, does it help to get more money? Yeah, because you might be able to buy that car. But you see, as long as you get up and up and up, more money would be more reason to be less unhappy about things. So when you go up this ladder of, going from poor at the bottom and really rich at the top, then you see that when the higher you get, certain needs are covered and it won't make you unhappy. Those needs don't make you unhappy anymore. And you can pursue other things. And those other things can make you happier. So the more money you have, the less reason you got to be unhappy. Does it particularly make you happy? No, you can be really rich and be really unhappy because maybe, you have not very nice people around you, or you have a drug addiction, or, and you can pay for that drug addiction because you're really rich, but does it make you happy that you have that addiction? Probably not. So as you can see, as long as you get up the chain and you get higher up and your basic needs are covered, you probably will be less unhappy. So money definitely makes you happier. So I keep this rule in my head for myself, because sometimes I think, I should have more money. But one of the rules I keep in my head, as long as you have enough money to provide for yourself, for food, for shelter, a home, a roof above your head, maybe for your kids, that they can have decent clothing and go to school, and you can support your family, that should, if you can aspire that, then you're on your way to already have certain basic happiness. So that's one of my rules. Once I get a bit grumpy because, this or that, or I want this and I don't have the money for it, I think back at that. I think, I got my basic needs covered. I shouldn't be that unhappy, because you can make yourself unhappy by always wanting more and more. But then again, you will probably ask me, okay, but you are the one who wants to get to 9 million. And it's true. But since money probably makes you happier, I think it's a valid reason trying to get more money. And it might sound a bit weird, but, getting more money is let me do things that will make me happier. So if at a certain point I have enough money that doesn't require me to have a job, a regular day job, and my wife doesn't have to have a job, then you start to be able to do whatever you like in your life, which probably will make you happier because you can do whatever you like. Okay, so that's a reason why I like to get to 9 million, to get in a certain situation where you don't have to worry. If it takes worry away, you're probably going to be happier. So that is basically my personal answer to, does money make you happy? We don't know, but does it make you happier? I'm quite certain it does. All right, that's it for this episode. I'm going to keep it short. So you could subscribe to this channel to follow me, or you can go to Twitter and subscribe to my Twitter channel, which is called Until 9 Million. All right, hope to see you next time, and thanks for listening. Bye.